Hello and welcome to another episode of ADAS and AD Stories. My name is Daniel Rielbauch. I'm the solutions marketer here at NI, focused on ADAS and autonomous drive validation tests. And today I have Becky from Konrad Technologies with us. Welcome, Becky.
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing great. Becky, please introduce yourself really quick.
Sure. I've been a senior systems engineer at Konrad Technologies for about the past 8 years now, and I'm a tech lead on a number of projects. I work with customers for very specific projects, and I also work on some of our larger internal projects like the data recording.
Nice. So that's data recording for ADAS and autonomous driving functionality. So Becky, I'm just curious also, like what's a car that you're driving yourself, and does it have any ADAS functionality?
Yes, so actually I'm on my second GMC Acadia, so I absolutely love that car that I got a second one. And I'm not going to lie, I did run into my garage multiple times backing up. I should not be allowed to drive backwards. So my new Acadia, though, it actually has some ultrasonic sensors for rear backup and side detection. And my favorite's the camera with the little lanes that tell you which way to go.
Nice.
And I will say, since I got that car about 4 years ago, I have not hit the garage since then.
Good. Any other experience working with your customers also around ADAS and autonomous driving functionality?
Well, one of the things I love to see is this goes beyond automotive customers. So a lot of this has to do with cameras, and it's going to industry. So like high-low trucks or even a tractor in a field being autonomous. And I think that's really cool.
Okay, Becky. So you've brought a demonstration for us today. So tell us what this is all about.
So this is a pre-label tool that my coworkers in Germany developed. I've been working with our global record team for ADAS applications for over 2.5 years now. And we've done a number of different things for different customers. And we've kind of merged some of their requests together to come up with this great tool to label your data as you're out driving. So this could be used by a passenger in the vehicle or an engineer that's trying to get more information than just the sensor data.
Okay, cool. So can you tell us a little bit more like how this works, in particular also with our previous launch of the data record system AD?
Yes, so with Data Record System AD, it's a really flexible platform. And one of the nice things is we could make our previous software, this pre-label tool, work with Data Record AD pretty seamlessly. And it could work on top of anything else because everything's custom. So what we've got is actually a tool that is a great starting point, but a lot of our customers will want it to behave differently. And so we make it fit their application needs.
That's brilliant. Okay, so can you show us how this looks like in action now?
Sure. So when the pre-label tool first launches, you'll see what I would call the static screens. And so these are things that are specific to the drive, but that don't change during the drive. So information about the vehicle or the driver or even specific sensors, or some of our customers tie this back to a test or a test requirement they have to meet, and they want that information to be tied to their actual sensor and test data. So once you actually start a measurement session, that means we're actively recording right now. And what you can do is actually go ahead and set lighting conditions and things about the weather and traffic, because a simple cloud blocking the light can change how your camera behaves and is important for the algorithm engineers down the road. You can also mark things like I saw a pedestrian or an animal, or I'm coming across the railroad crossing. And all of these icons can be completely customized to suit any customer's needs. We also allow customers to enter just a text field and put in a comment like, "This is an amazing piece of software."
Great. So by pushing those buttons, basically, you put in the pre-label information, and that will help basically then as additional meta information to search, find the right scenarios and all of these bits and pieces, plus the according conditions under which they were recorded. That sounds brilliant.
I was going to say, a lot of our customers are really interested in sensor fusion. So they might have a radar and a camera, and they both detect an object. But maybe the radar thinks it's something like a large dog, and the camera actually said, no, that was a baby deer. And so they need a human or someone like a little bit more to add more details so they can make software better for their sensors.
Great. So we have basically ground truth information here as well. That's nice. So Becky, can you tell us a little bit more like, okay, how the data is actually then stored, this meta information?
So this metadata information currently is one giant file. So it's a JSON file, it's human readable, and it's completely marked with timestamps. And the system is tied to the logger as we're running. So the timestamps can be aligned later on. So you know that at this time, the sensor saw a certain thing, and this is what the passenger tagged while they were driving.
Great. So you can correlate the data from the sensors plus the metadata information to make sure that you can search and work on the data. That's great. Thanks, Becky, for this great demonstration. And as always, thanks everybody for attending this episode of NI's ADAS NAD stories. Please leave your comments down below, or if you want to continue discussing, you can also ping me via email or find me on LinkedIn. And then I hope to see you next time on NI's ADAS and AD stories. Thank you.